Hello, everybody. I debated on whether or not to make this video, but then I watched another video that Jonathan Kleck made, and it kind of reconfirmed what I was feeling in my spirit at the time, and just feel like it needs to be said. Excuse me. I tell you, it seems like every time I do a video, I start feeling stopped up and start losing my voice, and it seems like the enemy attacks every way he can. Anyway, I would like to start off by saying that I'm not trying to judge anybody. I love Jonathan Kleck. I believe that he is a true man of God. I think there's no doubt about it. What he's showing us, that the Lord has shown him, you can't deny there's something special about it. And there's got to be some truth to it. However, I believe that we are all under the influence of spirits at all times. Whether you're Christian or not, whether you're saved or not, we're all under the influence of spirits, some of them being good, some of them being bad. And I feel like Jonathan's allowing some of these evil influences get through, and they're trying to discredit him or discredit his message, and I just don't want to see that happen. And I'm not sure how Jonathan believes as far as what I just said, but those are my beliefs. That's what I feel I've been led by the Lord to believe. And one of the biggest, most important, influential people in helping me along with my understanding of the spirit realm and how spirits influence us is Emanuel Swedenborg. So I encourage anybody who hasn't heard of Emanuel Swedenborg to please do some research on that and get an idea of who he was and how he came about to having spiritual contact, and how he feels about the Bible and about Jesus. And Emanuel Swedenborg is basically a Christian, was basically a Christian, but he found different levels of understanding and spiritual interpretations as well as literal interpretations of the Bible. So, and I'm not saying everything that Emanuel Swedenborg presents is 100% accurate either, because I don't believe any man except for Jesus Christ himself, who was perfect and pure, can explain everything 100% accurately and with all truth, because that's what it takes to have 100% truth, is 100% perfection, and we all fall short of that. It's just like I'm smoking a cigarette right now, and I would love to quit smoking. I've tried to quit many times, and I'm having a hard time quitting, and I believe that is because I'm under evil spiritual influence. Spirits they're always trying to control you. Good spirits, however, give you free will, and they try to help you, but they don't act in a Um, sorry, I'm not thinking the right words, but evil spirits tend to impose themselves upon you, where good spirits are there for guidance when you ask for it. And you know, but anyway, I believe that we're all under the influence of both. And so I would just like to suggest that Jonathan really pray about the way he's talking to people and the way he's relaying his message, that he doesn't allow the influences to discredit his message. Like what I was getting at with the cigarette. Some people are going to see me smoking, and they're going to think right away, well, you can't be a man of God, he's smoking. Well, I'm trying the best I can. And believe me, I've given up a lot of other things. But smoking seems to be by far the hardest thing to give up. And if I could quit, I would, because I don't want to have things in my life that, number one, are hurting me and probably hurting other people around me. But at the same time, I don't want to do it, because I don't want people to look at me and think, well, if he smokes, he can't be serving the Lord. It's not true, but I am obviously under some kind of evil spirit to be doing it. But I hope at this point in my walk, and I feel that I am under much more influence of good spirits than evil. And so, anyway, I hope Jonathan welcomes this and doesn't take it personal and doesn't get upset with me, because I do love you, Jonathan. I feel like you're a brother in Christ. I feel like God has a unique purpose for each and every one of us, that we're all little parts and pieces to his machine that he's creating to bring more people into his family. And I totally relate to what you're saying, as far as you've cried so much that you're out of tears. I've been there myself, bro. The things that have happened to me, that's another way I know I'm under evil influences. You don't know how many times I just wanted to kill myself. It's horrible when you are sacrificing your life to help other people, and you constantly get attacked and discouraged, and bad things keep happening to you, and you're not getting anything in return. It's a lonely, dark, desperate, horrible experience. And I'm totally praying for you, man. I really feel for you, but at the same time, we're trying to reach people that are lost. I'm using these words that are just, descriptive of sure everybody knows what I mean by lost people, sinners, people that are like we used to be. And those are the kind of people we're trying to reach. So we have to be careful how we talk to them. Make sure we show them respect, and we don't judge them. Jesus, he made a big point of not judging other people. He said that we're going to be judged in the same exact way that we judge others. So that is scary if you think about it. Because if you think this person is going to be punished this way because of something they did, then that means you are putting yourself in a position to be punished in a like manner for something that you've done. And I don't know, that scares me. That's one thing that really deters me from judging other people, because I certainly do not want to be judged in that way. And I totally forgive everybody that's ever hurt me. That's another thing that Jesus really emphasized, that we need to forgive others. And he who's without sin cast the first stone, kind of thing. And these are important things. So, while I believe that everything you're doing is great, and I think that it really shows that God's working in your life, you claiming to be a harbinger, I agree with that, but I believe that we all are harbingers if we choose to be. That's a choice we've made. If you didn't accept that responsibility, God would have found somebody else that would have. There's nothing special about any of us. None of us are more important than the other. We're all in this together equally. And the more you're willing to sacrifice, the more you're willing to take these beatings, the more God is going to use you, bless you. So it's just par for the course. And some of the descriptive graphic language that is being used on the videos, I mean, a child can't watch it. I'm not saying that a child should be watching this, but well, I mean, that kind of vision, I don't want that kind of vision in my head. So it's like, I feel like the Lord has led me into paranormal things to prove that God exists and to win souls into the family. And I've seen some crazy stuff, but it's not stuff that I want to describe and put into other people's minds. It's bad enough that I had to experience it. I definitely don't want other people to have to picture that. So I would be more careful about the graphic descriptions, and be sensitive that others may not want to hear that kind of thing and picture that kind of thing. I certainly don't. I know it happens, unfortunately, and but this is the last place I want to hear it. I try to stay as far away from that as I can, and then have it imposed upon me while I'm trying to do what's pleasing to the Lord. I don't feel like that's from God. I feel like that's from an evil spirit. And so I just pray that you'll understand where I'm coming from, and that you'll be my friend, and not, please don't take this the wrong way, and just consider this me reaching out in love, because I do love you, and I love your message, and I think everybody needs to hear it, because I think there's truth to it. But I think it's just one branch off of the truth, and there's many other harbingers out there that have a message. We're all winning people in our own unique way with our own unique testimony and experiences, and it's amazing how God works. He works in mysterious ways, but we need to all come together and love each other, and enough of this bickering amongst ourselves, it just doesn't make any sense. That's not from God. So that being said, I can't think of anything else right now, so I guess that's it. I love you guys, and keep up the good fight. Don't give up. It gets tough out there. Spiritual warfare. So, I love you, and God bless. Bye.